And to the women's 1,500 meters, there you see the meet record and the Pac-12 record held by Emma Coburn of Colorado in 2013. And Annie LeBlanc from the University of Oregon has already run 4:20.94, as still a lot of these athletes, particularly from the likes of Kentucky, are getting their outdoor legs underneath them.
Well, you're exactly right, Paul. And Annie has kind of moved down in distance over the last few years. She was third in the 800 meters at the Pac-12s last year, and 1,500 meter best dates all the way back to 2012, a 4:15.92.
We'll watch a competition between LeBlanc and Maddie Myers, a sophomore from the University of Washington.
And Maddie Myers, Paul, she has been dynamite already this season. She ran 15:30 for 5,000 meters, 15:40 just last weekend, so she's in great shape.
Oregon women coming off a second-place finish to Arkansas at the most recently concluded NCAA Indoor Championships. The rest of the field, LeBlanc and Myers, Katie Parada, a senior from Oregon, Katie Knight from the Huskies, Ashley Matan, also from Oregon, Anna Maxwell from Washington, and Emma Abramson from the University of Oregon. Scoring meet, three-team invitational, Oregon, Washington, and Kentucky, 7 for first, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you take a look at the entire field here, women's 1,500 meters.
Well, Tom, you know, if you're Annie LeBlanc from Oregon, your team just went on alert, right? Because you had the hiccup in the relay, and you're thinking about this being a storied meet. So now she has to get herself focused as she faces the competition as well as the other Oregon athletes to try and make up some points here.
I think without a doubt. I mean, Oregon's on their home track, and I think everybody expects them to win. But you still have to go out and actually do it. And LeBlanc is right on the shoulder of Maddie Myers right now. This is where the race really should be.
And something important to point out for folks who are not familiar with track and field scoring, because the baton did not get across the finish line, Oregon didn't finish third. They scored no points at all.
On the men's side, yeah.
So they were completely void. And you're quite right, on the women's side, they finished third, but were considered to be legal within the zone as we are underway. At 1,500 meters.
And Paul, that first 400 was 69.2, so it's a bit of a pedestrian pace, not terribly slow, but not terribly fast either. Let's talk about the wind today. It's a westerly wind. It's blowing from the west, and it is a factor here on the middle distance and distance races. Temperature mid-50s, so that's kind of almost ideal, if you will, for the middle distances.
Myers, LeBlanc, Katie Parada, 1, 2, 3 now. Oregon, 2 Oregon runners. Everybody all there together in the pack as we come towards the 800-meter mark.
And it's always nice to hear that rhythm clapping down the home stretch, which is such a characteristic of the Carnegie Hall of track and field that we're in over here at the University of Oregon.
Well, it is a special place, and it will be once again the host for the NCAA Championships, the World Championship trials, and the Olympic trials coming up next year.
And Paul, an interesting fact about the NCAAs this year, the women will be running on days 2 and 4, and the men will be running on days 1 and 3, so they're splitting up the competition.
Myers to the front, the sophomore from Washington, has run 4:20.6 so far on the year. Very strategic race. The entire field of 7 runners still very much involved. The favorites, once again, Annie LeBlanc from Oregon, Maddie Myers from Washington, Katie Parada from Oregon.
Everybody's running in single file. Somebody else block the win for me, please. And I think that's exactly what's going on. And Myers has been doing the dirty work. She's the strongest athlete in the field, having run so well last weekend at the Stanford Invitational.
And as long as the wind stays down, Tom, the conditions are pretty ideal. I mean, it's in the mid-50s. This is really good condition for 1,500 meters, 5,000 meters still to come.
Maddie Myers, for many of you that are in the Washington area, remember her as one of the greatest high school runners that state has ever had. She was just a dynamite high school runner. And we got 1 lap to go here, and Myers still holding down the fort with LeBlanc right on her shoulder.
So Myers, LeBlanc, Katie Parada, Katie Knight, and falling off the pace just a little bit are a couple of runners, one from Oregon, one from Washington, but still very much a 3 or 4 woman race here in the final lap of the 1,500 meters.
And LeBlanc has that leg speed, so Myers, strength versus speed. This is a classic matchup. What's going to win the day today, strength or speed? And we know that Myers is in superior condition, and there LeBlanc goes, Paul.
LeBlanc around the final turn, and here comes Oregon's Katie Parada as well. Myers, as you mentioned, coming down a little in distance, so she likes it maybe at 3,000 or 5,000 meters, but still looks like she's got some good turnover.
And LeBlanc looks very, very relaxed right now, very relaxed. Look at the other runners, and look at LeBlanc. so smooth.
Well, you called it, Tom. Right at the top of the turn with a little less than 200 meters to go. Annie LeBlanc in front of the home crowd is going to cross the finish line in 4:18:38, so quite a bit faster than her season's best.
And she ran a nice 49 seconds for the last 300 meters there, so she really picked up